Hey, what's up? You probably weren't expecting to hear from me ever again, but I've always felt bad for what I did to you back then. Let's call it what it was. I ghosted you. I disappeared from your life unexpectedly and without explanation. We were getting to know each other, and then I suddenly changed course and blocked all avenues of communication. I'm sorry for the unanswered phone calls, the straight to voicemail phone calls, and the stop calling me, I'm too busy phone calls. I'm sorry for the texts that went seen and never answered. Because quite frankly, while it may sound cliche, but it's the truth. It was me, not you. And I just didn't have the guts to tell you at that time, so I dipped. It wasn't your fault. At the time, and possibly even today, you're probably confused, maybe even a little bit pissed at me. Possibly you were sad at the loss of the potential for something transcendent. And who knows, perhaps you probably didn't even care. Maybe I made more of this connection than was really there. I know I have felt all those things in spades throughout the years because I've been ghosted more times than I care to count. And every time I get ghosted, it leaves a wound, although over time those wounds heal more and more quickly. I know now how resilient I am and how the universe loves to fill any void that may be formed by the absence of someone I love. I was that prideful person who once indignantly said, I will never ghost anyone. It is cowardly, and it's just a sign that someone lacks emotional strength and the ability to communicate boundaries. Well, here's the thing. I know I'm not a coward. I'm likely one of the more emotionally healthy people you'll ever meet, thanks to a host of life experiences that helped me get there. But here's what I know to be true about us. I knew that we had a spark. I knew that allowing our connection to develop would take us down a path that I didn't feel I was prepared for or ready to entertain. I said to myself, this incredible woman knows who she is and knows what she wants, and I thought keeping it strictly on that friendship level would be ideal. Anything beyond that would set up cognitive dissonance, and well, it turned out that we ended up developing a strong connection and started to like each other quite a bit. Nobody ever factors in the attraction, right? No one tells you when you're young that even if you are married, that you're probably going to be attracted to other people as well. You'll be excited by someone's intelligence, to their curiosity about life. You'll find their smile captivating. You'll want to understand what makes them tick. You'll see something in them that makes you want to be worthy of a person of that caliber. Truth be told, our societal norms, our societal script for monogamy tells us that we will meet someone when we are of a certain age, and that someone will eventually become our raison d'etre, our reason for being. It tells us that true love means your attraction to anyone else will fall away. And that script also implies that feeling such attraction makes you sinful, wrong, disloyal, and unfaithful. But for people like you and me who believe in monogamy, it sets up a real, mental quagmire when you find a person who sparks you in a million different ways, none of which you understand. That's what I experienced with you. You sparked my interest in a million different ways. And I don't know what it was, but you just crave that person's presence and energy, the way they make you feel, the way they make you feel like the best version of yourself. And I believe these types of encounters are fated on a soul level. Every spark connection that we made has something in it that helped me to grow into the best version of myself. That being said, sometimes these encounters, must be brief, and sometimes they end painfully. I found my greatest life lessons amid suffering, and I know you have as well, as we talked about. It's one of the many things we have in common, healing through pain. It's the nature of life, the vehicle by which we become. Our time together allowed me to open my heart, which is the highest expression of any relationships. I hope that I was able to inspire you to do so as well, but I want to explain how our brief connection helped me become a better human. I've been unhappy for a long time. I hid it well, but I was resentful that my circumstances were not exactly what I wanted, even while acknowledging what a blessed life I led. You see, there were and are so many things that I've yet to accomplish, and before I get into anything serious, I want to make sure that I was complete. In addition, I also always wanted to be loved consistently, and loved well. Even the thought of that sounds really scary. And so with us, right, there was a part of you that saw that, right? Perhaps you longed to be that forever partner for me. Despite admiring, my strength and my confidence, maybe part of you wanted to make life a bit better for me, to fill this void that I wasn't even acknowledging was there myself. Once I saw this energy rising in you, it terrified me, and I felt it was weak for me to stay. I didn't want to place that burden on you, but I also did not want to feel or appear to be weak or needy. And so by this logic, I felt it was best for me to leave rather than to allow us to progress. And so as I reflected on our experience and also the times that I've been ghosted, I have greater empathy for those who had walked away from me. I recognize and realize that action took a particular strength of character that I had once dismissed as cowardly. In truth, caring for someone enough to do what you know is right takes immense strength. The other person often disagrees with the action. Maybe they are resentful that their voice hasn't been heard. Perhaps they are angry at the lack of being given a choice in the matter, right? These are all completely valid ways to feel, and I completely understand if you feel this way. I'd probably scream to the heavens about how much I deserved the happy ending, all the good I had done, just anything to justify the feelings of rejection and abandonment. And we all know it would be so much better to say all the things directly, but sometimes the other party just isn't in a place to hear it. More likely, the strength it takes to leave is all the strength you have left, right? There's not enough courage left to communicate your reasons openly. Perhaps, and this is probably the case for me as well, perhaps you can't even verbalize those reasons. You just know in your heart what you have to do. For myself, I realized that it was never about rejection, although that's how it may have felt. I allowed you to see who I was at my core, and that scared me. In my many years on this earth, I've learned I really shouldn't say the words always or never. I'm so sorry I did what I said I never would do. But I want you to know that this experience with you has taught me 100 lessons in forgiveness. And I will forever be grateful to you for that. I will continue to think about you, and I know you will do great things in this life. In the end, just know it wasn't you. This experience was what I needed to learn to become the best version of myself.